Welcome to DentalRender. In this quick tutorial, I'll show you how to turn a dental CAD screenshot into a photorealistic render that you can use for patient communication, lab discussion, case presentation, or marketing to bring in more clients or show off your designs. We'll cover everything from uploading your CAD screenshot, adjusting the main render settings for best results, how to generate your image and download, share, or use with our other dental aid tools. To create your first render, we can move to the top and choose how you want to organize your work. Quick Render is best for fast one-off renders. Cases lets you create or select a patient or lab case, so new renders are saved directly into that case. Favorites lets you quickly find renders you have starred. For this demo, I'll use Quick Render. First, upload your CAD screenshot. For best results, use a clean viewport screenshot with a plain background, sharp margins, and the restoration clearly visible. You can drag and drop, paste an image, or choose a file from your computer. If you're just testing the tool, you can also use a sample from the library. After you upload your CAD screenshot, DentalRender will automatically crop the image to the best working shape for the render. If needed, you can also use the crop option manually. This is useful for removing unwanted workspace elements, toolbars, side panels, or extra empty space around the design. For the best result, keep the restoration clearly visible, with the teeth and gums centered and enough space around the design so the final render has room to breathe. Before generating, let's go through the Settings toolbar. These controls tell DentalRender how the final image should look. Firstly, let's have a look at case types. You can leave this on auto or select a specific type such as all on X, crown, bridge, veneer, denture, or bar and sleeve. This helps DentalRender understand what kind of restoration it is rendering and provides it more context. Let's quickly choose a bar and sleeve as an example. You'll notice that certain case types give you extra controls. Like in this case, we can choose the metal type for our bar. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will use the auto function. The teeth shade controls the color of the teeth. Choose from common shade options like A1, A2, A3, and so forth. A1 and B1 are the brighter options. A2 is a natural everyday shade, and if you're looking for a warmer and deeper shade for more aged teeth, A3 and a 3.5 are your choice. You can always render a few variations with different shades to see which one gives you the best results. Inside the shade controls, you can also adjust the translucency and the gloss. Translucency affects how light passes through the incisal edges and ceramic body. A moderate value usually looks most natural. The gloss slider controls the surface shine. Lower gloss gives a softer matte finish, while higher gloss creates a polished, reflective restoration. Try not to push both too high unless you want a very glassy result. Next, we have the gum shade, which controls the gingival color. I could create a whole tutorial just for gum shade, but here we'll try to cover the basics. Use the hue and lightness sliders to fine-tune your desired gum color. Alternatively, start with one of the preset shades. As you create new generations, these presets will gradually be replaced by your most recently used colors, making it easier to maintain consistency across designs. The hue itself changes the gum color family, moving between deeper reds, pinks, and lighter tissue tones. Lightness controls how bright or dark the gum appears. Contrast adds variation and depth, helping the gum look less flat and more natural. If you want more realistic tissue detail, increase the contrast. If the gum looks too intense, reduce contrast or adjust the lightness. This setting is particularly important if you're creating renders for your gum guide. To finish off the render settings, choose a background. This controls the presentation style of the final image. By default, the background is set to plain, which will often stay close to the background already in your uploaded image, like the example on screen. If you want more control, you can choose from plain, white, or gray for a clean lab or case documentation look. Gradient gives the render a more polished presentation style, while dark and black backgrounds make the restoration stand out more dramatically. You can also turn on reflection or shadow. Each one provides a different effect. Turning reflections on will give the render a product-style surface, while shadow helps ground the restoration so it doesn't look like it is floating. Finally, let's choose the lighting. Original keeps the lighting close to your uploaded CAD screenshot, which is useful if the source image already looks clean. Uniform lighting gives us a softer, more even result with fewer harsh shadows. This is especially important if you plan to use the render in Gum Guide, because consistent lighting helps the gum colors read more accurately and makes the shade guide more reliable. Once the screenshot and settings are ready, click Generate. Each render uses 2 credits. The render is added to the queue so you'll see it appear as generating, while DentalRender processes the image. You can queue several renders at a time depending on the subscription plan you're on. Once a render is complete, you'll see several quick actions on the render card. The download button saves the image to your device, and copy lets you copy the render straight to your clipboard for messages, documents, or presentations. The reference button lets you reuse that render as a starting point. It brings the original image and the same settings back into the toolbar, so you can quickly create another version without setting everything up again. The Options menu gives you extra actions, including opening the render, sharing it by WhatsApp, email, LinkedIn, or X, saving it to a case, or deleting it if you no longer need it. You can also star a render to add it to favorites, which makes it easier to find your best outputs later. To view your final result in detail, simply press on your rendered image. Here you'll see a before and after comparison with the original CAD screenshot and the finished dental render. Use the slider to compare the original shape against the final photorealistic result. It may take a few tries to get the result you're looking for, but once you're happy, you can download your images straight onto your device or move them into a case if you're not already working inside one. You can also continue using the render inside other dental aid tools such as Gum Guide, Smile Studio, or Photo Room, depending on your workflow. But more on that in another video. For now, that's the full dental render workflow. Upload a CAD screenshot, tune the settings, generate the render, then review, export, or save it. It really is that simple. Our goal with DentalRender is to help you turn technical CAD designs into clear, realistic visuals that are easier to discuss with patients, labs, and new clients with ease. Try DentalRender today, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.